Much better than Japan.
Way better
Thank
than Japan.
God. Racing,
Yes.
passing.
Overtaking.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk Motorsport. We're back here at the LTM couch, which means it's officially the end of race week. And it also means we're here because Bahrain Grand Prix is done and dusted. And it was actually entertaining compared to Japan,
Mate,
boys.
this week had all of it.
Yeah.
It had supercars, F1, MotoGP, IndyCar, 12-hour Long Beach. It was literally racing. Superbikes
Yeah.
everywhere. But we're only talking about F1 and MotoGP today.
It's pretty wild. But what did you guys think of the Grand Prix overall?
Much better than Japan.
Way better
Thank
than Japan.
God. Racing,
Yes.
passing.
Overtaking.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Drama.
Dive bombs.
Lots of dive bombs.
Lots of dive bombs.
Especially turn one. But, dude, major different results this week than last week.
Absolutely.
Red Bull nowhere to be found.
All weekend.
Racing Bulls also nowhere to be found. So the whole Red Bull family just posted
It
collapsed.
felt like Singapore.
Yeah.
We're always expecting Red Bull to
Well,
perform.
yeah, at least they made Q3 this week.
Yeah.
Head jump's
Yu-
pretty good.
Yuki scored points.
Yeah.
Yes, second Red Bull driver since Las Vegas last year.
7 races it took for a second
is-
driver to score a point.
Crazy.
Insane.
That is sad. We saw Ferrari kind of upgrade, not really. I don't really think they upgraded
Yeah,
much.
well, actually, Leclerc
bad.
was pretty quick. Actually, got to give credit to them. Their strategy looked like
Yeah.
they actually knew what they were
The
doing.
strategia.
They actually had
Yeah, we
strategy.
use the strategia.
Exactly. Like when everyone shifted from softs to mediums, they were cooking.
The only problem was they used the mediums 2 times in a row, which means they were
Yeah.
stuck when that safety car came out to either use
They had
softs
to
or
change,
hard.
Yeah.
Which, after seeing what George Russell did, finishing that race 24 laps odd on the softs, probably maybe should have gotten the softs.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but George is the tyre whisperer.
yeah, so is
true.
Lewis.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
that's a
true.
good point.
So
Lewis would have
Lewis-
been able to do it pretty well.
And Lewis said 3 laps into the stint, this tyre sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But let's not take away from Oscar Piastri. He dominated the whole
He
weekend.
smashed
Smashed
this
everyone.
whole weekend.
Everyone.
Not just race, but like everything.
But practice 3, he was 6/10 quicker than everyone.
Yeah,
It was
it
crazy.
looked like photoshopped. It looked like it was
nuts.
ridiculous. Even Lando after quali, he goes, "I think he's going to lap everybody."
He didn't actually lap anybody.
No, but
The
like,
safety car.
Safety
helped.
car.
the safety
Yeah.
car helped, but I think the gap that Oscar will be able to build already, like even after the safety car thing happened, it's just complete dominance, flawless, 10 out of 10. Thank you very much. Did he get the fastest lap as well?
I don't know.
Oh,
It doesn't matter.
right now?
It doesn't matter
I'm
anymore.
pretty
because
sure
they don't-
he,
they don't
he
count
did.
points. However,
Yes, he
he
did.
still
And he did that too.
He's still unfortunately is not leading the drivers' championship because of Lando finishing 3rd. Who Lando actually drove pretty good.
Yeah, but think about it. In Australia, if he had finished, had
Yeah, no,
after
definitely.
that,
Yeah.
then he'd be in the points.
Yeah,
he'd be
way
up.
up.
The thing is, Norris wasn't going to be on the podium.
No.
He actually came back to life in the restart,
Yeah.
which, lucky for you,
Thank you, FIM.
who got all the predictions right. Unbelievable. I could have gotten it right. I went to bed. I only watched half of this race live. I went to bed with, like, my prediction was bang on.
Yes.
And then I wake up and you got full points. Like,
Speaking
what's
of
going on?
predictions, let's just go through it.
Let's go through
Let's
it.
go
Let's
through
might
it.
as well.
Yeah.
May as well. What's the point? But anyway.
There is no point.
Total points
For you last
so
week.
far.
Well, I got points this week. Yay!
Well done, sir. How's it feel?
I got the most points in the MotoGP race. Just a little highlight for me. However, it didn't make any difference in the standings. Not one difference. The leaderboard is now me, 29 in last place, 32 for Daniel, and leader over here, the whisperer of F1, 39 points.
He's disqualified.
So I'm now losing by 10.
No,
Double digits.
he's disqualified.
I'm disqualified for the next round.
Yeah.
Just because.
If you forget to put your predictions in a week or so, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yes.
due maximum points.
Yeah,
always.
but anyway, let's go back to the race results. Like, obviously we saw Lando win, Oscar win, and second place was George Russell.
He did. The
Secretly-
start he had.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant
He's
start.
secretly putting in
Did you
very, very good results.
Did you see he almost knocked out Oscar? Like, he took him out in turn one almost.
Yeah.
That was weird. He locked up and
was
then
like-
all of a sudden went to the right.
Yeah.
That was odd. But
It's like when your controller disconnects and your AI takes over.
well, speaking of disconnects, his whole electronic system was about to collapse. couple more laps, and I'm not sure he would have had any data.
Like he had no more. The brake went down, went right down.
DRS was not working.
Heaps of things went wrong for him.
It's like
There is still. I don't know if it's still there, but they had to review his DRS because his DRS opened by accident.
Yes.
During one of the stints.
I don't know if is that resolved?
I think it's finalised.
It's finalised.
But
I think it was all
It was a
good.
bit of a sketchy moment there because, I actually thought, I didn't actually know this until today, but I thought DRS was like an automated kind of thing, not if they guessed they were in within 1 second, I guess. Like, they'll stay on the telemetry, but if they don't have any telemetry, they're literally just guessing.
Yes.
I thought it was like an automated kind of, the button's not automated, but them knowing to use it is automated.
Well, normally you would get a green light indicating on the dash that you can.
Yeah, but that's set up by the team.
Yeah.
I thought F1 set it up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so your team gives you the green light.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because today, the engineer for George said, I'll tell you when to use it.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Which was useless anyway, because Oscar was miles down the road.
Yeah.
But if Lando got past him, then he had to get told when to use it.
Well, that makes sense, yeah, okay. I didn't know that either.
No, I thought it
Speaking
was
of
all
Lando, how do we rate his weekend?
B?
He got butchered by his teammates.
He got destroyed,
He did.
but he recovered well in the race. But
He raced pretty well.
in
must
terms
say
of
that
pace,
some of the
though,
passes
it's pretty low.
Some of the passes weren't great. Like the one on Leclerc, he just went straight at turn 1 basically. That was a bit average. And locked up.
Yeah.
A lot of lock-ups.
As him as a driver.
Behrman locked up. George locked up. There's a lot of...
Sainz was...
Sainz
was brutal.
Not a smooth operator.
No.
No.
Angry
He was
operator.
Deadly operator, yeah.
He treated everyone like how he makes
And
pancakes.
unfortunately, he got
DNF.
payback
Yeah.
for his moves.
Which is a real shame, because that Williams was up there.
He was running
around
P6
there.
at one point. He was ahead of Ferrari.
Yeah, he was running pretty good. And I think what's really interesting about Lando is I think the title pressure is starting to kick in. And he can literally see his teammate having the qualities that he doesn't have yet. And I think deep down,
Yeah.
after the media and this and that and Verstappen and whatever, Japan, but I think deep down, when you go to bed at night, when Lando looks at the stars at night and he thinks, can I win this world title? I think deep down he knows Oscar.
It's just Oscar's face.
yeah. I think deep down he knows. And it's hard to admit it, and you don't want to admit it, but I think deep down he knows that Oscar's better.
And when that when that's in your mentality, like, you just don't concentrate on what's at hand at the moment. You just concentrate on that, like, oh no, I'm not good enough compared to him, for example. Because everyone's saying, like, I'm pretty sure everyone's saying that Oscar is Verstappen's number 2 on the grid.
Yeah,
At the moment.
and if Oscar was in a Red Bull, that'd be
Yeah.
the same situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not this year, but,
Yeah.
Yeah, Lando goes, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fastest driver? And the mirror said Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also remember what you said last week that Lando said, Max said that if he was in a McLaren, you'd never see me.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's a good
And then they asked him again this week, and he goes, I wasn't joking. He goes, but it's pointless to talk about it because it'll never happen.
No.
Yeah.
So let's move on. And he was quite aggressive with the commentators.
Although
also, he has been very aggressive with the commentators lately, hasn't he?
Max.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
He's just over it.
He's just finished. He goes, yeah, it'll be slippery.
He just doesn't care.
He doesn't care anymore.
No.
No, but I think the whole F1 interview kind of commentary thing's gone downhill lately. Like the before the Japanese Grand Prix, Oscar literally got asked, what's going to happen if it's going to be wet today, and he goes, "It's wet."
Yeah.
Like it's just the media. I think the media. There's too much media. There's too many questions, but they're all the same.
Too many generic questions, not enough uniqueness.
Yeah, but not only that. I think there's just too many media.
There is a lot of media.
There's also Jack Villeneuve.
Oh,
Who wasn't here this weekend.
He wasn't there.
How good, at 12:30 in the morning, how good was
Practice
it
one,
to
we found
hear
out.
Martin Brundle's voice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I went to
It was
sleep
lovely.
hearing him instead of Jack Villeneuve.
it was lovely.
Thank God.
it was great.
Going down the list. I'm just going on the list, but we've already talked about Red Bull, Alpine, Pierre Gasly.
They were amazing.
Dude,
this
they had a
weekend.
really good weekend.
Flavio would be happy.
Yeah.
Because
It's right around this time of the
finished,
year that they
for-
sort of wake up. Like they do a couple of races, they're at the back, save up their money, and then all of a sudden they just come back swinging.
Well, Pierre qualifying was a fifth.
4th after penalties.
Yeah.
So overall, what do we think of this weekend, Formula 1?
Pretty positive, actually. I was quite satisfied. Especially compared to Japan, where there was nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know who wasn't satisfied? I got to bring up the team, Aston Martin.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Well, they tried their own dash system this weekend in practice with
they?
Alonso's steering wheel falling off.
Oh, right.
Disconnected.
It went a bit too far back.
Yeah. Have you seen the Twitch clip of Lando doing it at home and his wheel just comes off on the sim?
No. Oh,
That's literally what happened to Alonso.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But did you hear what George Russell said with his radio?
What?
He goes, the team was like, oh, by the way, George, there's a chance that your dashboard might just go blank. We'll continue, tell you what's going on. He goes, that's okay, as long as it doesn't fall off.
I mean, fair enough. But Aston Martin disappointed. Alpine, strong performance. Racing Bulls nowhere to be found. Both of them.
That was interesting. Not seeing
Hadjar
that.
finished 13th. Liam had 2 unsportsmanlike, causing collision crashes. He had all up 30 seconds worth of penalties.
And
But I feel like that's not necessarily the driver this weekend, especially if Isaac's so far back.
Yeah, no, it was, the car wasn't very good.
Yeah, the car's.
well, the thing about Jack Doohan is Oppenheim Group have made a public announcement that Jack Doohan's helmet with the Oppenheim Group is going to be a special livery for Miami. But maybe after Miami, it's bye-bye Jack Doohan. Liam, how much longer? Can you keep up with this?
The problem with Jack Doohan this weekend is he actually could have finished in the points if he wasn't on the hard tyre for the last stint. That's what ruined him.
Yeah, true.
Everyone on mediums, he was 9th. We were watching it before, and lap 41 out of 57, he was 9th. And another team that I want to mention is Haas, because they are weird. They qualify rubbish and finish in the points.
Ollie Bear, man. I mean, 20 to P10. I mean, that's
Unreal, but even
phenomenal.
Ocon was 8th,
Not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
and Ocon started 14th. So they're just, I don't know, they got amazing race cars.
They're the silent achiever this weekend, I guess.
Yeah, but an odd kind of, but not even this week.
Yeah.
Every week they're doing it.
George and the Haas team are really, like George with his performances, he's just been very consistent, very mature, and he's begging Mercedes, please don't get rid of me.
But like, if Haas could just qualify where they're finishing, they would finish like almost in the top 5.
Also,
Yeah.
Kimi Antonelli overtake on Verstappen, that's...
Whoa.
He unfortunately got screwed up with his strategy.
That was cool, though. Credit to him.
That was a good pass.
Yeah.
How weird was, I don't know if you noticed it, but Max's name was genuinely at the bottom at one point.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Like, where did he start? He started 7th and finished
He finished 8th. No, 7th. Yeah, 6th.
6th. But the safety car helped him.
Oh, yeah.
If the safety car didn't exist, they would have finished out. I reckon outside the points. It was a disaster.
It's crazy, and I think that's where the arguments are happening. Obviously, if you guys haven't seen our video about that, there are strong rumours. Max isn't going to go racing, and they're not listening to him. The car's not being developed properly. There's problems everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, to think about it, if it wasn't for the safety car to finish outside of the points as the reigning champion, when we know he can drive,
Generally, Yuki would have beat him.
that's scary.
He was pretty. Actually, credit to Yuki. He was pretty close to Max
Yuki
this
was pretty
weekend.
good. Yuki was really good.
He's probably closest than even Sergio.
Yuki almost finished 8th. He almost got Ocon.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was just a weird weekend.
Credit to Max for the overtake on the final corner of the final lap as well.
Yeah, not giving up.
Ruining.
Yeah.
Flavio got a bit mad about that.
Yeah.
It would have been funny to see an Alpine beat Max Verstappen, though. Come on.
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
He just made sure that wasn't the case.
Yeah. No, can't have this.
Literally.
But I think also Pierre didn't want to lose points, so he kind of gave up the spot a little bit easy.
Also, question. When was the last time that Charles Leclerc agreed with a strategy that Ferrari had given him? Because it's like, we're going plan B. No, plan D. Like, just
Good
no
question.
straight away. He's never agreeing.
Yeah, good question. Good point.
He's like, oh, Pitt, I don't think that's right. Everything.
He's just traumatized.
Yeah, literally.
He's just,
Monaco Grand Prix.
Please.
Grand Prix.
God.
please let me have a... Well, there are a lot of rumours going around the paddock at the moment that Leclerc wants to take the car one way, and he's had enough of Ferrari's way of thinking about how to develop this car, and Hamilton is not agreeing. So now we've got a situation where Leclerc wants to go rogue, and build the car in a certain way, and Hamilton doesn't want to follow that.
That could be interesting. Like, as the year progresses, if you saw our video, we talked about all the weird, crazy gossips regarding Red Bull and Mercedes and just silly seasons already in full swing.
Yeah.
Like, depends on how this relationship goes between Leclerc and Ferrari and Hamilton. Like, we could maybe see them split. It would be really interesting.
It's hard to imagine Leclerc leaving.
Question. If Max were to leave, do you think Red Bull would even be a point-scoring team?
Maybe just
like we said before, this was the first week in 7 races that a second driver has got a point.
Well, the thing is, right, we got to remember the car is built, even though they don't want to admit it, the car is literally built around Max. So
which is ironic because
once Max leaves, they will have to reinvent their whole driving.
And give Adrian Newey a call.
Yeah.
Who do you
Can you come back, Adrian?
Who takes over? Lando and Oscar are signed.
Yeah.
They're finished.
They're done.
The only way that they will split is if they have more carnage.
Yeah.
With winning a championship.
If there's a Hamilton-Rosberg incident or Prost Senna incident.
I mean, is there somebody... I mean...
I reckon just a straight swap for George.
Would Sainz maybe?
Or a Drogovic. Just throw some new blood in there.
Yeah, but we know how well the Red Bull do that, don't they?
Red Bull are really good at scouting.
Yeah, well, there's a problem.
No, but remember when Sainz had
Alonso.
that agreement where he would go, if there was a Red Bull seat open, then Williams had to allow that?
True.
But he seems very loyal to Williams. And
Also, did you guys see Sergio Perez posted on his stories, and in the background was a Cadillac?
Interesting.
Another thing you got to factor in too, Cadillac next year.
An Audi.
Could Ricciardo maybe... No, he won't.
They bring Ricciardo back the wild card one more time.
Let's be honest, it can't get any worse.
No.
A Yuki Ricciardo at Red Bull.
I'm down.
Actually, that's not bad.
I'm down.
That's actually not bad.
Wouldn't be a bad thing.
No, that wouldn't be.
No, I'd like it.
No,
Yeah, no, but I mean...
I actually kind of want it.
I think Red Bull are in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're
Oh, yeah.
Since the controversial stuff that's happened in the last couple of years, they've just been going downhill.
Oh, yeah.
And now that McLaren have stepped up, that hill is very high now.
It's a massive gap.
It's huge.